What's going on, everybody? All right, so I'm going to start by having a nice little sip of water. And you know it's good when you put the pinky up? It's the royal pinky, all right? Oh, I think we're a little fuzzy today. I'll be fuzzy. All right, and then pull focus. So here's the deal. We got going. Yes, might as well just get your stuff going, get a little loop going, fix your pants, fix your shirt, get your workout in. So if you're catching this on the replay, guess what? You get to do some work today. If you're not catching this on the replay, guess what? Time to sweat. Or just get a nice little lunchtime workout. So I think I wear my favorite color blue on the bright yellow mat. We start on the floor, a little bit of mobilization to begin with. Feet flat on the floor, hands out, make the letter T. Feet come together, thighs come together. Take a big inhale, drop your knees to the left, look over to the right. Good. And then you just switch side to side. Now here's the deal. I would love for you on an inhale to bring your legs and your face back to the center. On the exhale, drop your knees over and relax those shoulders. Hey, not every day means that just because it says body weight blast doesn't mean that it's a beat down. It doesn't say beat down anywhere. It just says blast because we're going to be in and out in 30 minutes. But I want to feel good by the time I leave. I don't want to feel broken down or like I got my butt kicked. Because that's not always as valuable. Sometimes it's just valuable to get a good workout in where you say, hey, I feel better. And that's it. And some of you will feel better because you went on a 10-mile run. Well, I don't believe that. And some of you will feel better because you just maxed out on deadlifts. I don't believe that either. And some of you will feel better because you did nothing and you sat on the couch and thought about it. I don't believe that either. So how are we going to get you to feel better? Well, I look at it this way. Look at the face of somebody running 10 miles. That doesn't look like a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to bring my knees to my chest, hold on to my knees, and then just rock it side to side. My feet are going to remain in tabletop in a second. And I'm going to bring one knee to my chest as I drive the other heel away from me. So straight leg. Good, so I'm going to find the middle. I'm going to straight leg and bring that knee into my chest. Now here's the deal. If you feel this in your lower back as you switch, so I have my hands, fingers clasped. If you feel this in your lower back, I just need my heel to the floor. I didn't tell you where, right? I can make an exchange. I can tap and make an exchange. I can tap and lengthen out my stride. And also just make sure that I can straighten out that leg and pull the leg into my body. Big inhale. On the exhale, make the exchange. Pull the leg in. Big inhale. On the exhale, you make the exchange. Inhale, bring your knees to your chest. Exhale, extend them away. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So I make sure my shoulders are on the floor, my lower back's on the floor. I make a slow exchange. If you're just waking up, what have you been doing? Or what island do you live on? Big inhale. On the exhale, pull it into your chest. Big inhale. On the exhale, we got one more on each leg. Pull the leg you're holding into your chest. Inhale. On the exhale, make the exchange. Oh, goody. So from here, bring my feet together, lay down on the floor, sideways, like we're going back to bed. Take both arms out in front, knees are bent, feet stuck together. If this bothers your lower back, go get a bolster, a foam roller, or a pillow and put it between your knees, right here. Take a big inhale, run that hand across and around, and on the exhale, bring it back. So So I inhale as I open my chest up. And on the exhale, I bring them back together. On the inhale, I open it up. I can follow my hand with my eyes. On the exhale, I bring my hand back in. Just slide my palms in on top of one another. That tells me, hey, I got this. Inhale. And on the exhale, run it across. Stack your hands. I love this. It makes my back and my spine feel so much better and lighter in movement. Doesn't feel like I'm all sticky and stuck together. Got one more big inhale. And then exhale. I'm going to press up. You can just switch directions. Switch directions. I'm not trying to give you the booty shot. That's a different class. All right. Not the one we teach here. Check it. Heels, hips, shoulders. Move that bottle out the way. And move forward a little bit. Timer's running. So I put a minute on the clock. And for me, my left side is way tighter. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit so I have room. My left side feels stickier, more constricted, like I have less room. If you've never tried these before, come on down. What are you doing today? Dude, we're just laying around with Mark. This is good, so come on in. Does it always have to be crazy stuff? Is that the stuff that you want to do and you want to see? Is that wants? Is that needs? Big inhale, open it. Big exhale, close it. Fix my pants, fix my shirt. Big loop. Close it. I got another 7 seconds. Big inhale. Big exhale. And time. Going back to my back. Bringing my legs back into that tabletop. So I'm going to keep that march going. You decide whether or not you want to go straight leg or bent leg, but I'm going to make an exchange. And here comes the deal. My hands are going to press against whatever leg comes towards me. So I'm pushing my hands down into my hands and pushing my hands into my leg. And you decide whether or not you want to make an exchange. Create the tension between your knee and your hands. And you're breathing. And they're quick exchanges if you want them to be, but they need to be strong once your hands and your knees connect. That's the plan today. We're just going for time. Are you breathing? Make the exchange. Press against your knee. Press your knee against your hands. If you get tired, bend your knee. Just don't stop. Keep going. You got another 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Good. Take a second, rest it. Dead bug time. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So my right leg goes away, my left hand opens. I bring them together, I make an exchange. Left leg, right hand. Bring it back. Right leg, left hand. Bring it back. I know I'm not the only one that sits here and looks at their hands like, okay, wait, that's the arm and leg I gotta work together, and then make the exchange. So you're thinking about it, and all the while, pushing your lower back into the floor, opposite arm, opposite leg, and we got 30 seconds to go. Are you breathing? Are you staying engaged? Tight tummy. I think about it, I was like, opposite arm, opposite leg. Yes. I always have my leg go first, so I know, all right, now I gotta just move the arm that's not associated with that hand. So that would be my left side and my right leg. You got 4, 3, 2, 1, time. I'm going to turn it around because we're going to do the exact same thing on the floor, facing down. Big hands, line them up. Hands are underneath your shoulders. And I'm going to start with my feet. So I'm going to start with my feet. Check it out. My right leg straightens out. Straight line. Notice where my toes are pointing down. I'm not big into plantar flexing. I love me some dorsiflexion. Opposite arm. Point. Keep the shoulder into your back pocket. Then place everything down on the floor. Soft. Make the exchange. Left heel push. Right arm, reach. Ribcage stays engaged. Make the exchanges at an even rate, and the moment you go, this is kind of hard on my back, or it doesn't feel like I'm balanced, go leg, then hand. Make the exchange. You got time. We got another 30 seconds here. And then we're going to create a little bit more heat. Are you breathing? Are you making the world's straightest line? So I'll check it out once in a while. It's like, is my foot too low? Is my head too high? If you're wondering, yes, you can use a mirror, or you can record yourself to look for the alignment. You got another 5 seconds. Moving it into a cat and cow, creating a little bit more heat. 3, 2, 1, time. Good. Corkscrew the floor. You might not be able to see my hands move, but I'm going to take my elbow pits, or the eyes of my elbows, and rotate them. See my hands? It's like my triceps kind of hug my lats. So I take my hands and I do that. I hug my lats with my triceps. I push the floor away. I exhale. Push the floor away. Exhale. Chin to chest. As much as you can. Inhale. Drop your belly to the floor. Move. There's your cow. Exhale. Chin to chest. Push the ground away. Inhale. Exhale. When's the last time you did these movements? Push the ground away. These are foundational. These are elementary. And I use them to feel good. I use them to mobilize my spine. 20 seconds to go. Are you still breathing? Or are you being a ninja during your breath? Find the neutral. Okay, now here's the deal. Right leg, straighten it out behind you. Left leg, straighten it out behind you. High plank. Downward dog, hips to heels. Push and breathe. So when I push into my hands, and I try to drive my heels into the floor behind me. Yes, I know, Mark should be working his flexibility a little bit more, but today I'm just going to be focused on 2 moves, both spinal extension and spinal flexion. So from here, I'm going to take my heels off the ground, and vertebrae by vertebrae, I'm going to roll it forward until my shoulders are over my wrist. Then I'm going to drop my hips, uncurl my toes, push the ground away. Good. Tuck the toes back under. Big inhale. Chin to chest. Push the ground away. Kind of like that cat and cow. Drive the heels into the floor. You can set your feet. Just get comfortable in the position. Inhale. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Chin comes up. Hips drops down. Corkscrew the floor. Breathe. Crown of the head to the sky. Chin to chest. Toes go under. Push the ground away. run it back. Good. Walk those feet in. Heels of your feet push into the floor. Then let's roll it again. All that energy across your spine. Toes are under. Now let's stay here. Hips slide into heels. Right hand, when I'm tapping, it's going to move over to the right side. Left hand, it's going to walk it over. I'm trying to keep my hips under my heels. And I'm trying to walk my hand on top of the other one. When they sit there, I clasp them, glue my right hand to the floor. Stay here for 3 breaths. So I'm feeling good today. I'm not trying to beat you down. If you want to do the beat down, come back at 5. Big inhale. And big exhale. Good, big inhale. Left hand walks back where it came from. Far away from my body. Sit into your heels. And then walk your left hand over to 9 o'clock. Right hand follows. Clasp them. Sit your hips into your heels. Keep your chest nice and heavy. Long exhale. 3 long breaths. If you feel like you move your hand away from your body, do so. I need one more. Good. So my hands are going to walk back. They're a child's pose. I'm chilling, I'm hanging out. Going to come back. Tuck my toes under. Downward dog. First, high plank. Heels to the floor, hips to the sky. Push the hands away and into the ground. I'm going to walk my feet in a little bit. Take my right leg up. Take my left heel off the ground. Chamber the right leg. Bring it back forward. Slow. If your foot ended up far, grab it. Collect it. Bring it in. Drop the back knee. Sit up tall. Uncurl the back toes. Good. Let them hang. Breathe. Glue that right knee to your right shoulder. Still corkscrewing the floor with your hands. Sit into that hip. Drop the hip into the space. Just breathe. Let's be comfortable being uncomfortable for a little bit. Shouldn't be painful. If anything, just uncomfortable. Are you breathing or are you holding your breath? Recognize what your body's doing. If it's not comfortable, let's make it comfortable. Let's be here for another breath. Good. Untuck the toes. Stack them underneath. Straighten the back leg. Push the left heel to the floor. Push the ground away. Float the right leg back. Drive it to the sky. Push the left heel to the floor. Place the right foot on the floor. Good. Walk those feet. Center the right leg maybe a little bit more. Left heel comes off the ground. Chamber it. Right heel comes off the ground. Forward. Slow. Place it down. Soft. Right knee comes to the floor. Untuck the toes. Tall. Let's breathe. All you gotta do is breathe. Be in the positions that maybe you don't want to be too much. Let's do those today. Let's make a hump day about feeling better and taking the hump out of your back. Drive your hips into the floor. Every day a little bit more. Every day a little bit lower. Take another big breath. Big breath. Big exhale. Good. Time to tuck the toes under. Squeeze the quad. Back to that high plank. Float the top leg away. Drive the back heel into the floor. Place it on the floor. Walk those feet. Massage those calves. And we're going to do it again. Left leg centers. Right leg heel comes off the ground. Left heel comes off the ground. Chamber the right leg. Run it forward. Slow. Place it down. Soft. Knee comes to the floor. Untuck the toes. Place your hands All you need, sit up tall. Breathe. Sit into that hip flexor. Hey, you got no back pain? Rewind this, do it again. You got shoulder pain? Rewind this, do it again. You got body aches? Do it again. Big breath. Hands go on the floor. Make space. Make space by placing your heel back on the mat. Big inhale. And on the exhale, sit into that back heel. Toe, it can drag, it can scrape, sit into this. Let's breathe here for about 5 long breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Collapsing my chest over my thighs. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good, that leaves us with 3. Are you counting? Big inhale. Big exhale. A little bit more collapsing every single time. Big inhale. Long exhale. One more, big inhale. Long exhale. Good. Back to that tripod. Big hands on the floor, settle in. On the instep of your hand. Straighten the back leg. Push the ground away. Drive the right knee to the sky. Push the left heel to the floor. Place the foot down. Massage those calves for me. Right leg centers, left heel comes up, chamber the left leg. Right heel comes off the floor. Float it slow. Place it down soft. Knees hitting the floor. Untuck the toes. Just as tall. Good. Walk your hands onto your thigh. I'm going to walk this foot all the way onto my mat. Sit up tall. So I'm trying to find that place where I'm tall, where I feel like I'm balanced. Sometimes your head might be forward more. Sit your shoulders over your hips. Drop your hips into the floor and breathe. Give me 2 more long breaths. The more hydrated you are, the more movement you'll be able to create. So are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough sleep? Big breath. Good. Let's walk it back. My hands help. My toe points towards my nose. I sit into my heel. 5 big breaths. If you're doing it for the gram, fix your pants, fix your shirt. Big inhale. Big exhale. Create a space. So I'm creating space in my tummy so my chest can drop over my hip. Big inhale. On the exhale. And neither one of the sides have to feel the same. One leg might give you more feedback, the other leg might feel a little bit more chill. Big inhale, big exhale. Sink it through. 2 more breaths. Big inhale, long exhale, big inhale, long exhale. Good. Slowly bring it back to that tripod. Hands walking forward to the instep of my foot. Corkscrew the floor away. Push the heel into the floor. Squeeze the quads. High plank. Push the ground away. Leg unchambers. Drives in. Place the feet on the floor. Good. Walk those calves. Do you feel like you've got a little bit more room in that downward dog? If not, be here more often. Rewind this more times. I'm going to walk my calves. Yeah, for another couple of breaths. I'm in not any rush. Relax your head. Place your knees on the floor. Untuck the toes. Back to that child's pose. From here into that upward dog, hips to the floor. If this is intense for you, place your elbows onto the floor. Good. Push the ground away. And as simple as it may seem, I'm going to just make the exchange. and bend my knees. One at a time. So, this for me, I feel in my lower back. This for me, I feel running across my chest, across my stomach, across my quads. I'm not trying to create too much compression, but if you say, hey Mark, I want to feel more of this, then drive into your hands while still bending those knees. Breathe into your stomach. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And don't rush the process. Let's do 3 more on each leg. Are you breathing? One more. Both elbows to the floor. Both hands next to my chest. Knees on the floor, feet curled, back to that child's pose. Slide your hips into your heels. Let's breathe. From here, I'm going to thread the needle. Left hand is going to move across, palm faces up. I'm giving you all the stretches that I need so we get to share discomfort. Walk that far hand away from you. Keep your hips low to your heels. Give me 2 more breaths. One more. When do you take care of yourself? Walk my hand back. Settle into those hips. Settle into those heels. Take my right hand across. Bring it across. Walk my top hand further away. And I breathe. Slow breaths. One more. Walk that hand out. Good. Go into frog. So I'm going to go sideways on this, just because I get the help from my mat. If you haven't done this before, go get a bolster, go get a pillow, put it under your tummy, slide those knees open wide. My mat doesn't really give, so I got a lot tighter. And I'm sitting with my heels fairly close together. So I'm going to give you the back shot just so you can see where my legs are. They're close together. But we're not going to stay there. That's the Thursday class. Check it. I'm trying to get my legs to open up more and breathe my way into a more stretched out position. Chest is tall. Breathing into my tummy. You shouldn't feel this in my back. I shouldn't feel this anywhere but my adductors, so my inner thighs. If I feel good about this, I'm going to come down to my elbows. So the goal here is to get my belly button down before my chest and my chest before my head. Some people want to make the nose dive. I invite you to lead with your tummy, then your chest, then your head. So the more that I sit here, the more my body gives me. Yep. So the longer that I sit here, the more comfortable I can get. And I push my hips into my heels. Are you breathing? We're going to be here for a little while. If you're asking me for how long, let's settle on 2 minutes. Breathe your way into this position. With every exhale, look for more room. If you're not sure, count every third exhale, but you're looking for more room. Relax your shoulders. Is your tummy on the floor? Is your chest on the floor? Can your forehead be stacked on top of your palms? We got a solid minute here. So if you're one of the bendy, wendy type of people where you're like, I do this all day, this is how I watch TV, Mark. Well, guess what? You get to straighten your legs if you like, and push your hips back. As long as you're breathing, you're not in a rush. We're okay. So I'm gonna place my hands back, because I do want to play around with that. I want to play around with one leg. Push my hips back, one leg at a time. Push my hips forward, place my knee back on the floor. Straighten the leg. Push my hips into my heels. One leg at a time. Until I say, hey, let me try it. Little by little, I can get a drop. I'm supporting myself with my elbows. I'm looking at the floor. And when I'm ready, I put my chest on the floor. I lean into one hip. Bend my knee, sit back. You'll find the same position. And now all of a sudden you're like, I am comfortable here. And that took less than 2 minutes. So from here, push the ground away. Let's reverse it. Oh, baby. I know you feel better. So what do you do now? You run it back. You do it again. You get back into that hip press. You create some heat. You create some movement. And then you find more movement in your hips. And it's totally possible. I did it. So that means you can too. Hey, let me know how you feel. Tag a friend. If you feel like you want to do more, 5 p.m. baby on Instagram. We'll see you there. Ciao.